The nights of New York were always full of noise and light. Dr. Sophia Miller, age 36, a successful cardiologist by profession, lived in this city. She had a tall stature, golden brown hair, blue eyes, and such a personality that no one could resist looking at her. Everyone in the hospital respected her, but no one knew that there was a secret hidden in her heart, which could change her life. Sophia's husband died in a suspicious car accident 5 years ago. The police considered it an accident and closed the case, but Sophia knew that her husband's death was a conspiracy. From that day onwards, she lost her softness and became a person who was tough from outside, but empty from inside. Then came Ethan Collins, a 26-year-old medical intern. Tall, athletic body, mischievous eyes, and such innocence in his laughter that anyone could melt. The first time he came in front of Sophia, the ice in his heart suddenly started melting. Ethan used to work late at night in the hospital, and every time he would come to Sophia on some pretext. Sometimes to get signature on a file, sometimes to ask opinion about a patient. Gradually this conversation reached late-night coffee and then getting lost in each other's eyes. One night when both of them were standing on the rooftop of the hospital, the wind was blowing fast. The lights of the city were shining far away. Ethan said softly, "Doctor, you know, there is so much pain in your eyes that it seems as if you are hiding something from the world." Sophia was shocked. After so many years, someone had dared to look into her eyes. She replied, "Some secrets are such, Ethan, that if told, life gets ruined." Ethan said while holding her hand, "Then don't tell me your secret. Just make me a part of your life." In that moment, the distance between the two ended. Lips met, and that kiss was not just an expression of desire but also of the pain of loneliness. But the story was about to take a dangerous turn from here. Sophia decided to keep Ethan with her, but at the same time she could not take the risk of revealing the truth of her past to him. She was afraid that if Ethan came to know everything, the doctor's secret, might go away forever. Still, fate had something else in store. One day Ethan was looking at files in the hospital storeroom, where he found old medical records and police reports of Sophia's husband. There were some strange notes on the report. Suspected foul play, cardiac arrest induced. Case closed under pressure. Ethan was shocked. This was not a normal accident, but was pointing towards murder. He did not understand what to do. Ask Sophia or keep quiet? But his restlessness increased so much that he questioned Sophia that very night. "Sophia, your husband died. Wasn't that an accident?" Sophia's face turned pale. Her lips trembled. Tears welled up in her eyes, and she said in a soft voice, "Ethan, you have now entered the most dangerous part of my life. Part 2, passion and danger." Sophia held Ethan tightly by the hand and took him to her penthouse apartment. The whole city was visible from that apartment on the 30th floor of New York City. As soon as the door was closed, she took out the bottle of wine and filled 2 glasses. There was fear as well as desire in her eyes. She said softly, "Ethan, if you want to know the truth, then remember that after this your life will never be the same." Ethan replied without thinking, I already cannot imagine life without you. Whatever happens now. Sophia's eyes became moist. For the first time, she hugged someone without any hesitation. That night their distance was completely erased. The intoxication of wine, the fire of desire, and the loneliness suppressed for years immersed them in each other. In the morning when Ethan woke up, the sunlight coming from the window was falling on Sophia's face. He kept looking at her. But then Sophia suddenly turned towards him and said in a serious voice, "My husband's death was not an accident. It was murder." Ethan was shocked. "Who and why?" Sophia slowly revealed the truth. Her husband Robert Miller was a senior officer of a pharmaceutical company. He had tried to expose the wrongdoings of the company, fake medicines, black market mafia connection. But before that, his car brakes failed. The police suppressed the case because the company owner and some politicians together destroyed the evidence. Sophia said, "I was a lonely woman. I had no evidence. I learned to keep quiet, but a fire always kept burning in my heart." Ethan held her hand. "Now you are not alone. I am with you." The relationship between the two was no longer just romance. It had become a mission. Fire, romance, and passion. Their relationship grew secretly. Even in the hospital, Ethan would get lost in her eyes from time to time, and she would look at him as if he was the support of her life. One night, both of them decided to spend the weekend at Hampton Beach. The waves of the sea, the cool breeze, and the two of them together under the moonlight that night became the most beautiful moment of their lives. While walking on the beach, Sophia held Ethan in her arms from behind. Her breath fell on Ethan's neck, and both of them fell on the sand. There was only desire in that moment, no restrictions. The passion of both was as uncontrollable as the waves of the sea. But as their relationship was deepening, the dangers were also increasing. Man detective, mysterious pursuit. While returning, Ethan noticed that a black SUV was following their car. He said to Sophia, "Do you think someone is following us?" Sophia's face turned pale. "These are the same people who killed Robert." Ethan sped up the car. Somehow they managed to escape from the chase and reached the apartment. But now it was clear the company and the mafia behind it had suspected that Sophia was hiding something. Secret file. A week later, Ethan found a USB drive among the old records in the basement of the hospital. When he opened it in the laptop, it contained wrong test reports related to the company's medicines, black money transactions, and names of politicians. Sophia's hands started trembling. "This is proof. If it becomes public, those people will be ruined." But Ethan said, "Proof is not enough. We have to take them to a safe place. And for that, we will have to play very smartly. Broken heart, doubt, and love." As the matter became serious, fear started increasing in Sophia's heart. She loved Ethan very much, but somewhere she started having doubts. Does Ethan really love me? Or is this also a part of some conspiracy? One night she asked Ethan directly, "Why are you taking so much risk? I am just your senior doctor. Are you using me?" Ethan's face turned red with anger and pain. "Sophia, I loved you the first time I saw you. If my only purpose was proof, I would have been working alone till now. But I don't want to lose you. There were tears in his eyes. Sophia hugged him. Sorry, I am scared. You are my last hope. Skull and crossbones, danger knocks. The next morning when Sophia reached the hospital, a note was stuck on her car window. Stay away from the case, or you'll end up like your husband. His hands trembled. Now the game had become more dangerous. She was trembling with fear, but then Ethan came from behind and put his hand on her shoulder. We will not back down, even if it costs us our lives. Sophia looked at him. Love, fear, and passion were floating together in her eyes. Part 3: Love, Intrigue, and Truth. Sophia and Ethan were now walking straight into a trap. The enemy knew they had proof. Every day a new danger was emerging. That night, the two turned off all the lights in the apartment. There was only dim candlelight. It was raining lightly outside, and the silence of the city suddenly felt heavy. Sophia looked at Ethan. There was fear in her eyes, but desire on her lips. She said, Ethan, if we are alive tomorrow, I will never want to lose you. Ethan took her face in his hands. No matter what happens tomorrow, tonight is only ours. That night their passion flowed even deeper for the last time. Every touch, every kiss was like the last breath of life. Man, detective, police, and deception. The next morning, Ethan decided that now this evidence had to be taken to the FBI. Both of them reached the secret location to meet the agent. But as soon as they tried to hand over the files, they realized that the agent was actually working for the company. Do you guys think the truth will come out? The agent said, smiling. This is New York. Truth is suppressed here with money. Then suddenly bullets started firing. Ethan grabbed Sophia and threw her down. Somehow both of them escaped from there. But now it was clear there are traitors even in the police and the government. Syringe getting caught in the trap. A few days later, Ethan suddenly fainted in the hospital. Seeing his test reports, Sophia was shocked. Slow poison had been put in his blood. Sophia screamed, "This is the work of the same company." She worked day and night to save Ethan. Drips, injections, medicines. She put all her medical skills at stake. Ethan's eyes were getting blurry, but he held Sophia's hand and said, "If I die, you won't be alone." Sophia's eyes filled with tears. "You won't die. I can't lose you." Bomb the last move. Sophia knew that if she didn't go to the company's headquarters and hack the system directly, the evidence would never come out. She and Ethan entered the building at midnight. There was high-tech security inside. Cameras, guards, alarms, everything. But with Ethan's cleverness and Sophia's courage, they reached the control room. Sophia uploaded all the files and video evidence to the FBI's public server. But then the alarm rang. The guards surrounded them. A shot was fired and Ethan fell to the ground. "Ethan!" Sophia screamed. She picked Ethan up in her arms. His breathing was slowing down. "Sophia, now the truth is out in the open. Now, our love is immortal." Her eyes closed. Sophia's scream echoed through the hall. But just then the police and media arrived. The evidence was now broadcasted live. All the crimes of the company were in front of the world. Balance scale legacy of justice and love. A few weeks later, the company owner and corrupt politicians were arrested. The headline in the newspapers was, "Doctor exposes pharma mafia, truth revealed at heavy cost." Sophia changed TH and love. A few weeks later, the company owner and corrupt politicians were arrested. The headline in the newspapers was, "Doctor exposes pharma mafia, truth revealed at heavy cost." Sophia changed the name of her clinic to Ethan's Care. She treated every patient as if it was Ethan. For her, Ethan was no longer just a memory, but had become the strength of her